live in its 26th season. The Professional Bowlers Tour. Today, from the city that never sleeps, Las Vegas, Nevada, we bring you the $175,000 Showboat Invitational. And chance, standing room only. And we have a large crowd here because this is one of the larger establishments. And here they do not charge. You cannot buy a ticket. You're more than welcome. However, there's only so much space, so a lot of people are turned away. Tony Westlake, leading by 12. After a beautiful conversion in the third frame of the 210, strike now in the fourth.
Just an ideal shot by Tony Westlake. He seems very composed and experienced out there for a first time in a championship round. This is a key shot right here. He's been high on this lane, the left-hand lane, the first frame, then light in the third frame. He can take a 22-pin lead if he can make the adjustment, and a good shot.
Well, and now again, the split. 2-4-10 on the left lane.
What he has to do is the same thing he did in the third frame. He has to get the ball over by the 2-pin. Forget the 4. The ball will take that out. Drive the 2-pin over into the 10 to convert the spare and maintain his lead. If he only gets 9, we have a tie match.
He has done it again. And as Bo has often told you in bowling, consistency is a very important factor.
What a tremendous shot to slide that 2 into the 10. To do it once is great, but to do it twice, we'll have to revise the odds a little bit of Tony Westlake shooting the 210. He maintains his lead over Weber, who can cut that lead down to just 2 pins if he can hit the right-hand lane. Come on, ball.
Impossible.
What looked like a great hit turns out to be misfortune for Pete Weber. Watch the 4-pin. That's the second pin on the left-hand part of your screen. It is driven straight back off the 7 instead of into the 7. Too much power.
Well, Pete won't seemingly let it bother him. And, of course, he must not let it bother him. That's in the past. The only time he's gotten in trouble is when it gets to him. But what he's done in 8 years as a pro, 9 titles, including one right here.
The grip of Pete Weber. Notice the fingertip grip, stretched fingertip. Just puts the edge of the fingers in there, uses a glove to take some of the pressure off his hand, and a great wrist action. Right there.
So the winner of the 1985 event here leaves the 2-pin.
It's obvious that both players are having slight trouble with the left-hand lane. When they move what we call inside to avoid the big hook, the ball slides by. When they move out, it hooks high. Looks like the key to winning.
Ever-changing positions, ever-changing lines and conditions makes this a tough way to make a buck.
Westlake, more of a conventional style player, uses a short semi-fingertip grip, puts his ball in the palm of your hand. Hold the ball in the palm of your hand. Good wrist action.
Very little emotion shown on Tony Westlake's face. He maintains his lead. We asked him earlier why he waited until he was 26 or 7 to start his professional career.
Well, I had a pretty good job for about 5 years. I was a food service salesman and made decent money. But after a while, I kind of got tired of it, and Richard Altman gave me the opportunity to come out, and so I took it.
So now Tony, whose voice you just heard, left the bucket on the left lane, 2-4-5-8 in a close match.
You see the ball not quite finishing on the left-hand lane. The head pin goes to the sideboard and does not take out the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Another difficult spare for Westlake on the left-hand lane. He's converted the 4-7, the 2-10, the 2-4-10, now the 2-4-5, and 8.
What a display of talent here by Tony Westlake, who had his first national tournament last year right here at the Showboat. At an early age, Pete Weber, circled, looked like a competitor. Look at that face.
And the rest of the Weber family, Anita, Richard, and Johnny, and Paula. Tremendous tremendous bowling family. By the way, Anita Weber, Pete's mother, is the only one in the Weber family not to roll a 300 game. Pete trails by 13. Seventh frame, has been struggling quite a bit. The match is still up for grabs.
Come on. Got a better break. Got a better break on that shot. We asked Pete what his reaction was to finishing second in the U.S. Open.
Well, it was very disappointing right then and there when I did lose the match. But I took a week off to get my mind back ready to bowl, and here I am again, and I'm ready to win.
And only the winner of the U.S. Open, Del Ballard, leads him in the money parade. Pete with $56,250. Del, of course, won $100 grand in his victory. Now the 2 and 4.
Both players struggling on lane 59. It's like a ridge is there. If they play the ball a little wider out about the second or third board, the ball hooks high. If Pete moves into about the fifth or sixth board of the lane, it doesn't quite hook. So he has another spare to shoot.
Always a variety on our Professional Bowlers Tour telecasts, and that is true for today's Wide World of Sports. World Figure Skating Champions in a special exhibition, World Weightlifting, the Super Heavyweights, and America's Cup preview of the finals in Perth, Australia. Wide World. Eighth frame, 4, 7, 8.
An unusual spare. What happens is the ball slides by. Now watch the action of the head pin. It slides to the sideboard and goes right between the 4 and 7 pins. Nothing takes out the 8. This could be a tough spare. He could chop the 4-7 off the 8. He's got to be cautious. Uh-oh.
Just as you pointed out, Nelson. You know, I'm trying to think when and if I ever saw one in 26 years on our telecast.
I have never seen the 4-7-8 in the championship round. I've seen
Nope.
the 4-8, but not with the 7 pin. And so important was that spare that it took Westlake from a 13-point lead. He now trails by 1 going into the very important 9th frame.
Winner to meet, Randy Lightfoot. 2, 4, 5. Strange things happening here at the Showboat Lanes.
Players unable to adjust to the championship pair right now, and that is the thrust of our bowling tip of the week this week, Chris, is adjusting your strike line. And what these players must do on this left-hand lane to conquer the left-hand lane is move to the right where the ball hooks and throw it much harder. Nobody has made that move yet.
All right, in this field of 360, the only left-hander to make the final 24 was Earl Anthony, who finished 21st.
Right now, Pete leads by 1. He could increase that lead to 11 with another strike. 2 strikes, and he would shut out Westlake.
What a competitor. One of the greats in any form of competition. Believe me, at 24 years of age, won't be 25 till August.
The power of Pete Weber and the aggressiveness. Look at this. He saws on that ball with the players call, putting a lot of spin on it. This first strike on the left-hand lane in the clutch. He's in a situation now where he can shut out Westlake with another strike. If he doesn't strike, we have a possibility of a tie match.
And it's a 10-pin on the left lane.
What that sets up for Pete Weber is a possible 196. If Westlake can throw 3 strikes, he would also have 196, and we would have a tie. Then the players would have a 2-frame roll-off, similar to the 9th and 10th frames.
196 for Pete Weber. 5 strikes. Now, pressure is on Tony Westlake. And graphically, you see, needs 3 strikes to tie.
He has had 3 strikes so far in the match, and all 3 strikes have been on the right-hand lane. Oh, solid 10. That lets Weber win the match and go on against Lightfoot.
So Pete Weber, who prefers to be not in the tournament leader position, has won his first match. He'll meet another Missourian, Randy Lightfoot, following this.